Yay! Are we live? Oh, yay! Hey, everybody. I'm just standing here waiting, watching my life go by. And we're live. Hey, you guys. Happy Friday. How are you? I hope that you have had a fantastic week. I have been packing orders till like literally every finger. Well, this one still has some life in it, but every other fingernail broke, because I hope you guys are going to appreciate all those stamps. It was like 2 a.m. or something. We were up packing things until so I'm glad that it's the weekend, but I'm also really excited because our pre-orders went live today on the Heffy Doodle store. So I'll talk more about that in a little bit. I just want to check in with some of the comments over here. So Vanessa is saying, hi Lesley, I received my winnings. Yay, yay. I actually I moved a badge from my desk a few moments ago, and I thought, did I post that to Vanessa? Or did I leave it? And then I was like, no, I'm pretty sure I did. That's what happens when you have not enough sleep. Yes, it's been a little bit of a long week. We've also got Stellar Crafts here by Pam. Hey Pam, how are you? Yes, we were a few minutes late. Sorry about that. We're trying to battle through the snow. My craft room now has little puddles all over it, and my shoes are going to squeak. I think I'll have to send Craig in to get a towel. Before we go any further, I just wanted to double check, how is audio today? Is audio all good? Thumbs up, smiley faces. Let me know, please, so that we can tweak that before we get started, if need be. And Ness is here, and Wendy, and Iris, and Tally. Hello, and Kenrick's here. Okay, you guys, I got such a surprise this week because a box arrived, and it was so beautifully wrapped in like patterned paper or gift wrap, and I thought, oh, what's this? And I opened it up, and there was the most amazing like treasure trove full of goodies from Kenrick. Kenrick, thank you so much. You are very, very kind. And Piper came home and was like, "Whoa, what is this?" And Kenrick's mum, Margeline, works at Efteling, which is like a fairy tale Disneyland type of adventure place. And one of Piper's little friends, Sophia, has been there before. We've not been yet. I definitely think that we should go though. And there was lots of treasure in it. And do you know what I've done is I've actually closed it over and set it to the side. And I will show you guys it next week. Because I want to talk about the new release this week. So I've told Piper that she's not to take too many things out of it, although she did take a scarf, I think, out of it. Because it's snowing here. Is it snowing where you guys are? That's what I want to know. Okay, guys, today is a big day for us because that's the day that our pre-orders go live for Heffy Doodle. Woohoo! Everybody do a little dance, do the pre-order dance. So we have been trying to get everything sorted, trying to get everything onto the store, making sure that everything is ready for you guys to place your pre-orders. So our release, our newest release, it was revealed at Creativation, and then we had to wait a little bit for our pre-orders to go live because our release date is actually the 11th of February. And what that means is that things will be shipping from the 11th, and that's when all of our retail partners will have the products ready to go on sale to customers. Now, between you and me, if people place a pre-order over here and they are based in America or wherever, I know it's going to take a little while to get to them. So I try my best. I can't make too many promises, but I try my best to post it a little bit sooner so that you guys get it in good time. So I'm hoping you guys want to take a look at the new release, and maybe I could actually play with it. I would love a cup of tea, darling. Thank you ever so much. My hair is in my microphone. Oh, I've lost it. Here we go. I need to pull out a little bit. I think. There we go.
Tea. Anyone else for tea?
Anyone else want some tea? Says Craig. We had a bit of a disaster this morning. We ran out of milk. Oh, I sent him on a mission up in the snow to get some milk. He's still chattering his teeth. I know, right? Okay, I've got towel on the floor that I have to try not to trip over. Wendy says, no snow, just cold. And then Pam says, not much, but very cold at the Jersey Shore. Absolutely. Vanessa wants one too. Yeah, Motel Craig. That's how I take it. Milk, no sugar. Iris says, you most definitely should go to Efteling one day. I'd love to go with you when you do to be your guide. Amazing. I'm sure Margeline will be up for that too. And Kenrick. Woo. It's cold, it's got snow out there, but it's that horrible wet snow, and I've been running back and forth between my craft room and here to pack orders, my craft room and the house to pack orders, which was fine whenever it wasn't snowing, but then as soon as it started snowing, it's like you can't really just nip out in your slippers. Oh well. Anyway, I'm chatting a lot because I'm excited, but I want to show you guys our new release and play with it tonight. So please shout if there's certain things that you want to see me use tonight. If you have ideas, throw them out there. And that's what this is all about. I want to be able to play with them, but I also want you guys to sort of get the joy of seeing them in action as well. So pre-orders are live now, and Craigie has put a magic little banner up here on my screen here to remind you that, let's move these little guys out of the way. Aren't they so cute? Yay! I'm actually gonna stick them to the wall. Oh, Brianna says Chibitronics and the robots. Exactly. So at Creativation, let me bring over my box of tricks. At Creativation, we had a little freebie. You may have seen it. This is what it was called. Bleep boop. Let me see if I can move it so it's not shining so much. It was called Bleep Bloop. And it has this little robotic dog. And the reason that I did this was because we have one of our new stamp sets is called Bots of Love. And we have these sweet robots. So everything is better whenever you have a puppy, is what my opinion is, if you have a dog. So I wanted a little dog to go with my robots. So we had Bleep Bloop at Creativation, and this year we actually splurged and got everyone a die as well, because I like to give people dies if I can, because I'm lazy. I hate to fussy cut these days. But I was also teaching a Chibitronics class, and I thought that the little robotic dog, I mean, those little lights in his bum, the whole reason they were put there was because I thought that would be so fun to light that up, wouldn't it? Elvira says, my mother made a cute box for you. Oh, thanks. That's cool. And Ines, I always struggle with your name, says 1 Fahrenheit here, -10 with a chill wind. Ooh. Not some nice hotels close by. I could book it when you need it. Just let me know. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Sounds good. Right. Let's take a look at the new release, and we can remove this banner up here. I'm getting confused. If it's in the way, but I think we should be able to manage as we have a little look. And then, oh, here we go. Iris is mentioning Cityscape and Dog Hero. Yes, I shall. Okay, let me show you that one actually. So if you do place a pre-order with us, you can get a free exclusive. Here comes my cup of tea. That's Vanessa's tea. Oh. Oh, it's for you, Vanessa. You can get a free, not yet released, exclusive stamp set, and this is called Rescue Dogs. So last time we had the Dinky Dinos. I like to do a little exclusive that kind of coordinates with my release. So we have got Rescue Dogs this time because we have a stamp set called Super Dudes. Super Dudes are here. We'll look at that in a bit more detail in just a second. Put that up like that. So these are the Rescue Dogs. So if you place a pre-order between now and essentially all that means is you're in on and placing an order, but it won't be shipped straight away because we're still waiting on some product. So this, if you place an order at all, as long as it includes one item from the newest release, then you qualify for getting a free rescue dog stamp. If you spend over £45, I'm reading the thing because I always get confused. If you spend over £45, and that's before the cost of shipping, then you also get the dies to go along with it. So you can get a chance to have both of those. And this is the stamp set that goes kind of hand in hand with it. So this is called Super Dudes. Let's walk through the release now so that we can have a little look at it. This is called Super Dudes. And I wanted to include some larger images. I get a lot of comments about, I love the crocs, I love the Happy Snappy crocs, they're a great size, they're big, they're easy to color. And that's kind of what I'm thinking about whenever I am designing some stamps, because I want you guys to be able to use them well and color them in nicely. So this stamp set has got two short-haired individuals, and then this one here had short hair, but we then give it the long hair. This one I was kind of thinking of Sandy Allnock. I think that this set just looks like her hair, the way it comes out like this. I was channeling my Sandy Allnock there. So we've got a couple boys and then a girl here, or they could be short-haired girls, I suppose. You could just take a pen and draw pigtails on them if you wanted to do that. We've also got some flat-bottomed clouds. Now we have got some clouds in other stamp sets and things, and the swirly stitched cloud dies that we have in our set, but I thought some flat-bottomed clouds would be cute to add to the collection. And then we've got some of these other elements, such as the shooting stars like this, one going left, one going right, these little lightning bolts, and you can put that onto his cape here, which is fun, or just use it for the back, like creating backgrounds. And then we have some what I call wonky stars, and I've created like a blank card here, and I've done it blank so you could maybe put an initial on there, you could put a little love heart, you could stamp a little flower on there. But the fun thing about this, let me grab my dies, is that the coordinating die set, for this little guy here, the die will cut around his arm. All right, so you can see here on the die that it comes down and it cuts around his arm, but it goes exactly on the stamped line. So what that means is you can then take the little card and tuck it underneath his hand. Or don't use the card, use the star, use the flower bouquet from another stamp set, use the paintbrush from the Unbearable Without You, or use it to tuck money in there. You know, there's lots of things that you guys are going to have lots of fun with these, I think. Oh, I'm missing my comments here. Maybe show us how to use the Cityscape stencil. Yes, I will. And combine it with a dog hero stamp. Yes, remind me. We love your new stats, especially the gnomes. All right, let's talk about gnomes. I'm sure you do not like the taste of the sound of me slurping tea, but needs must, people. Needs must. All right. Use the lightning bolt and he can be Thor. Yeah, Tally, where were you when I was designing this? We could have drawn a hammer. I'm sure we could figure it out. We could do that. All right, this is called No Matter What. Gnome Matter What. And we have got 3 little gnomes. Once again, I try to make sure that I have a couple of different genders on there. So we have 2 cute little guys here and then a little lady here as well. And I was thinking of springtime, thinking of nice fresh things. What can we have? Thinking of a garden. And these little guys just popped into my mind, so I started doodling. And I wanted to have a toadstool. And in fact, there is a toadstool in this set, and there's also toadstools in one of our other sets, but I've made them on purpose, varying sizes. So if you end up getting both stamp sets, you'll be able to create a wide variety of different, you can mix and match. You know, I love to mix and match. So we've got these little gnomes. We have got a butterfly net here, which will allow you to like put them in his little hand. A gnomette. I love that. I love it, Vanessa. A gnomette. I've also done some tiny little butterflies and a dragonfly so that he can be trying to catch the little flutterbies. And then we have other elements here to help you build a scene. So I wanted to have a wheelbarrow because I think a wheelbarrow is pretty cute and an essential garden item. And then some flowers. So we've got a flower pot here. You could just put the flowers coming out of the ground, out of some grass, or you can grow them from your wheelbarrow. I've seen that before, like sunflowers growing out of a wheelbarrow. And I wanted to have a little mound of dirt. Can you see this here? It's a little mound of dirt, and you can add it to the wheelbarrow, so he's carrying soil or whatever around, and then you can still grow your flowers out of it. We've also got a little watering can here, and some more flowers, and here's another butterfly here. And for the sentiments, last year when I was in America, Crystal said to me, I can't remember what it was that we were talking about, but she said, "Ain't nobody got time for that." And she said it, and she burst out laughing straight away. And I was like, "Whoa, what was that?" And she said to me, "Have you not seen that meme?" No. And there is a meme online or a video with a lady, and I think she's talking about a fire or something, and she said, you have to watch it, I'm never going to do it justice, but she says something like, "The doctor said I had bronchitis and ain't nobody got time for that." And it's just, I think, became a big like international meme all of a sudden. So when we were creating the gnomes and trying to come up with ideas for suggestions for sentiments, we had to include it. It was just too funny, and I hope that people will get it. So we've got a sentiment here that says, "I was going to buy you a gift, but ain't nobody got time for that." And for this, I was channeling, your brothers, your sisters. Yeah, Kenrick says, "I know the meme, it's that there was a fire." Yeah, exactly. So it's still a little bit different, a little bit quirky, and I think it would be fun. And then we had to include the little alarm clock. But I also think that will work great for like party time, things like that. So what have we got here? There's no one like you. I'll be there for you no matter what, or I'll love you no matter what. So a couple of different sentiments here to go with our gnomes, but also some good ones that you could actually mix and match with lots of other stamp sets as well. Kenrick says, "Love the robots most of all." Yay! I love the robots most of all too. I don't know why, I just do. So that is No Matter What, and that's our super dudes. Hi Elena, just finished feeding the animals. Oh, you'll appreciate our little rescue dogs then, our freebie. If you place a pre-order, you'll get the freebie. All right, next up, big bug hugs. I'm glaring a lot here. So this is another, I was running with the whole garden idea and the little gnomes, and I wanted to include some bugs. And I just started doodling, and then these little guys appeared. I actually had lots more. So Marceline said, "I didn't know the meme, but I was laughing so hard when I saw you present it at Creativation." Yay, I'm glad. I actually did loads more like little critters. I can't think of what they were off the top of my head now. I don't know. But I was like, I'll put them aside and they'll do another stamp set down the line. But we have got like a dragonfly. We have a bumblebee, a ladybug, or ladybird. Is it a bird or is it a bug? You decide. I think in the UK we call it a ladybug. But I think I'm weird and I call it ladybird. I'm not sure. Maybe it's the other way around. A worm, or you could possibly, draw legs on it and make it into a caterpillar. That was what was on the other one, a caterpillar. We've also got a snail, a little happy jolly snail, and then some more scene building elements. So we have some grass, and some of these cute little stamps like leaves coming up. And here's our two toadstools or mushrooms, whatever you want to call them. We've got lots of generic sentiments in here that work really well with the stamps. We've got Happy B-Day, obviously for birthday. I feel like the video's stuttering a bit. And then we've got Flying By to Say, and then you can add your own sentiment. Happy birthday, happy graduation, whatever it may be. And To My Little Cuddle Bug. I thought that would be cute for nieces and nephews, friends, little babies and things. Congratulations, because you got the grass there. You totally snailed it, the little snail. Sending you big bug hugs, and that's generic for all of our little bugs. And you make my heart all fluttery. And of course, we have the dies, and we've also included a die for the dotted line here. Elena says, I like the corgis, yay! Tally says Lady Bird to her, nice. Stellar Craft says robots need the dog too. All right. You did ask, I'll go back now before I forget. I think it was you or someone else asked, how do we get our hands on the robot dog? This is an exclusive set. I ordered 1,000 of them, and that was it. I brought it to Creativation, and that was it. We're not ordering anymore. When we got to Creativation, I went, oh, I haven't given any to the design team, and I took out a handful and put them in a Ziploc bag, and I wrote do not use, and it was probably about 30, and because I didn't even have one for myself, and then on the last day someone said to me, have you got any beep bleep bloops left? And I said, once they're all gone, they're gone. And they went, oh, it's okay, I found some in the suitcase under the table. I'm like, no. Anyway, I managed to rescue them. I had to go and grab the bag, like, do not. People were taking them out of the bag, like, don't take these. So I brought them home, and I have a small selection. I have given the design team theirs and posted it out. I love my cotton bug. I've had that forever. It was amazing. All right. So next up is Kendrick's favorite, and this is called Thoughts of Love. You know, we had a million names for this, and we just couldn't find the right one. And then all of a sudden, I was like, I know that it feels like there's a pun, there's a title right on the tip of my tongue, and I just can't figure it out. And then all of us, I was like, Box of Love, yes, that's what it should be. So this is Box of Love. Oh dear, somebody says it's broken. Craig's on his way out. I shall take this opportunity to drink some tea. Donna says, I saw Ken's creation video the other night, and how much they like seeing your brand at Creativation. Oh, that is so lovely. I wonder if I'm kicking a Wi-Fi box or something. No, I think I'm doing all right. All right, questions about the dog. Is it about this dog? This is the part where I'm like, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Oh, am I being a Cylon? Like, blah, 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 blah. I probably shouldn't mess around like that. Here he comes.
Hello.
Hi.
Maybe on for 2 minutes.
I know, right?
It's not too bad, but I would.
How do you say that word, Craig? Lehiverbiste?
Sure.
Means like it sounds like a lever beastie. I like it. All right, Craig's just doing some tinkering. Vanessa says seems better. Craig's just gonna do a little bit of housework.
I think you can carry on. It's not too bad. The audio seems to carry on. It's more the video tends to.
All right. Did you guys hear what I said about the bleep bloop? Did you hear what I said about the bleep bloop?
Oh, it's coming out. So.
let me talk about the bleep bloop then. Okay, in case you missed it. What I said is that I have a very small selection of these. I have probably about 8 or 9. If you're placing a pre-order and you want to get your hands on one of these, then put in the comments or the notes bleep bloop, or please can I have a bleep bloop. I will allocate them out on a first come first serve basis, because when they're gone, and I've had about 2 or 3 emails today about it, or messages, and I've said the same to them. So if you're placing a pre-order, I'll put one in, but unfortunately when they're gone. And I have some. I have a few of the dye, but I have a couple extra which don't have the dye. So
quick restart.
A quick restart.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, guys, we are going to stop the stream and then restart it, and hopefully that might get rid of the gremlins in the system. Are we back?
When did you restart? Yes.
Have you turned it on? Oh yeah?
Should be live.
All right. It does say live.
Yep.
It's a big glossy bit here. Wow, that was quick.
That was the quick one. See if that works. If it doesn't.
Well, we have to see if that works. If not, we have to probably restart the software. We'll see if that's going to work for us. Okay, bring me back my comments so I can make sure that everybody understood what I was saying. I'm here. Okay, great. So bleep bloop. If you're placing a pre-order, put bleep bloop in the comments, and I will add it to your pre-order, but it's first come first serve because I don't have many left. I have some with the dyes, and then I have some extra ones without the dyes. So, but we're not reordering them because it's a massive minimum order quantity for that. So there's no more of them. Once it's gone, it's gone. It's a bit like Sticky Friends from last year. All right, let's talk about bots of love. Craig, which is your favorite robot? This one?
Yeah.
Why? Is it because he looks like he's doing a Mexican wave?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm here for the technical support, not the entertainment.
That's you, Craigie.
Yeah.
Which hero do you want to be? This one?
That one. Sandy Alnock.
Sandy Alnock. I've already told them that it's Sandy. So we've got some robots here. 3 little robots, because 3 is a magic number. And then we've got lots of other elements to help do some scene building. We have a pixelated heart here outline, and then we have 2 smaller ones, an outline, and you can't see, an outline here, and then a solid one down here. I'm trying to hold this in a way, there we go. And then we also have got some cogs or gears. We've got a solid, and then a couple of outlines. Oh, there's another solid too. We have nuts and bolts, and we have got this cute, like, it's almost like a little flower, but with a nut on the end of it, and a party hat and a wrench. And then we've got this loading bar, you know, on a computer, a bit more techy. We've got a loading bar. And then once again, our sentiments this time do actually span a lot of different topics. We've got a card full of love, because this is like a little SD card, and it's got a heart on it, so it's a card full of love. Do you get it?
It's a good one.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You get it. And also, I'm creating a card full of love. Actually, I made a card full of love earlier using my bleep bloop bleep bloop and some of the images from this set. We've got cuteness overload. My heart beeps for you. programmed to party, and then I'm nuts and bolts about you and gear up for a great birthday. So we've got lots of different sentiments here to go along with our cute little robos. Likewise, we've got dies to match as well. Next up, we have got, oh crumbs. So we have got, so one of the ladies on our design team, Kelly, is obsessed with corgis. And I was like trying to brainstorm ideas, and I wanted to do like a tea party or something. And then it just sort of changed into, maybe it's an animal having a tea party or attending a tea party or drinking tea. And I was like, yeah, but I don't want it. I want it to be versatile. You can use the animal on their own when it's not drinking tea. And this is what happened. The result was we came up with the idea that a tea party is very quintessentially British. Isn't it, Craig? And what dogs does the Queen have? Corgis. And Craig yesterday, was it yesterday? I think it was today.
Talking me into this. I'm trying to focus.
Craig's trying to focus and I keep talking to him. Craig asked me today, what is a sploot? What is a sploot? Does anybody there know what a sploot is? I bet you Elena does. So in this stamp set, I'll show you, I'll go through all the images and then we can talk about sploots. We have got 4 puppy images, and then we've also got like a tea set essentially. So we have got a bowl with some sugar in it, sugar cubes of course, Dolly. And we have got a cup of tea here, and we've got a cup down here. We have got a teapot. We have a milk jug or creamer up top. We have a little drip of tea if you wanted to actually pour the tea or make it look like it's pouring into the cup. And then we have got a crown to go on our little corgis. All right? Mm-hmm. And we have got some sandwiches, some finger sandwiches. We've got some here, and then the little triangular ones too. A plate, so you can eat your sandwiches on a plate, of course, like a civilized being. And a silver spoon to go along with your teacup. And I wanted to talk about these 2 images here. So Kenrick says that cute little butt. He's a cute little butt. So I mentioned sploot earlier, and if you Google sploot, you will discover that it refers to it refers to the way that an animal stretches out with their legs in front like this and their like legs in the back. I can't see behind them, where they're like smooshed down, they're splooted down, and it's been made famous by the corgi. And with these 2 stamps, they are the shape, their symmetry is identical, if that makes sense. So you can take them and stick them back to back. So I'm hoping that I might get to make a card using that tonight, because I think that's going to be really fun. And you can use that for spinner cards, etc. But I wanted to mention something, because when I was creating the dies, I realized that Amanda says my rabbit does that. Yeah, other animals do it. Yeah. I realized that the die is not symmetrical. So if you have a circle, this side equals this side. It's not like that. So imagine you've got a die or a shape like this, then it means the other one is like that. So it's not symmetrical that way, but it is flipped, if you know what I mean. And they look really similar, and I didn't want people to use the wrong one. So if you look really close, in fact, if I zoom up here, you might be able to see it. It's a little bit blown out, but can you see on this one? Can you see right there? There's a little notch taken out of the corner of the die. Can you see it? And that is on his ears, at the head of the die. And that die is therefore for the head stamped image. And then this one down here, there. Can you see the notch? That is for, or that is at the bottom of the die, and that is for his bottom. Yeah, there you go. So that's going to be fun. We're getting to play with that. And in this stamp set, we have got Sorry I Forgot Your Big Day. It is well known that I am rubbish at sending cards. So that's what happens. I end up forgetting. And then, so that goes with the Oh Crumbs sentiment, I Forgot Your Big Day. And then Let's Party Like Royalty. Let's hope your day, or sorry, hope your day is terrific, and you are just my cup of tea. And this stamp set, this die set, also includes a die to cut out the Oh Crumbs. So that's fun as well. So our last large stamp set is another sort of spin-off on our Sentiment Duo collection that we have. First of all, we had Everyday Sentiment Duos, then we had Holiday Sentiment Duos, and now we have got Special Day Sentiment Duos. And once again, we've got that two-tone, like a large sentiment followed by a smaller one. And you can snip them apart, you can ink them up, mask them, do as you please, or just stamp it on a card and call it done. And we've focused this time on some big days. So whether that is a wedding day, or a day when the baby comes into the world, or Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, etc. We've also got retirement, because in the summer, do you remember I was making a retirement card and I was like, I do not have any stamps for this. And we've got Congrats Graduate as well. So those are Special Day Sentiment Duos. And our Dynamite mini Stampin' Die is now available to purchase. So this was the exclusive the last time, but now it's available for purchase. However, we've had a lot of orders for these through retailers, and we only have a few of these left. So these are gonna be the ones that sell out fast. But many of you might already have it if you placed an order with us the last time. So those are the main events when it comes to stamps and dies, but we've got loads of stencils and things as well to show you. So let me run through them very quickly. We have got Party, and we have got, where is it? Okay, we've got Crafty, and then we have got Hugs. So they're perfect together, Crafty Hugs. And we have got Friend, so one also perfect together, Crafty Friend. And then we have got Super, and that goes great with our superheroes and our rescue dog exclusive. And we have got My Hero. Now, I was thinking about people who fight in the military, also Father's Day and things like that. Like My Hero can be used a lot. But when I was writing them, I made sure that you could have My Superhero if you wanted to do that. Let's have crafty partying. That's brilliant. Yeah, that'd be cool. And then we have got Whoops and Sorry to go along with the fact that I don't actually send things on time. But the Sorry is nice. It's quite elegant font, so you could use it even for condolences and things like that. Pam says, I sent you some messages about editing my order. All right, no worries. I'll pick that up later. Well, probably tomorrow. We've also introduced squares because you guys told me you wanted them. We had loads of success and loads of comments about our rectangles and our circles, and people were saying, please do squares. And once again, the largest is 5.5 inches square. And we have got the stitching on the inside and on the outside. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 dies in there. Can you even believe it? We also have this time introduced another set of border dies, and these are called Grassy Lass. Like gracias, but gracilas. And these grass dies, they follow the curve of the Slopey Joe's, Stitch Slopey Joe's border dies. So you can layer them up together and it'll look so pretty. So you get 4 of those in there. We also have our first alphabet die or alphabeters. These are called stitched alphabeters, and they measure approximately 1 inch tall. So they're brilliant for adding names onto your projects or your cards, or for scrapbooks, or I want to cut them out of felt and like stitch them onto something. I don't know what yet. A pencil case or something maybe, or a drawstring bag maybe. But they do have this stitching on the inside. Hopefully you can see as I move it around in the light there that they have these stitching elements, which makes it look really pretty. So that is the stitched alphabetter dies. My whole screen is getting completely covered. And because my child reads ridiculously much, this is in a set of bookmark dies, and I think that they are pretty cool. You get 2 dies in the set. I decided to go for solid because I think with a bookmark you don't want to get any of the edges. I think with a card and things it's not so bad, but to get the edges sometimes if we make it shallower, you want to make sure there's a nice solid area for stamping on. So we have the more classical bookmark shape here, and then this one's a little bit different because I wanted to have some stitching, but I wanted to also have an area where you could, you know, stick a bunny on there, stick a stamped element, or you could actually add a what do you call, like a button badge, like a badge on here, or you could write a message, or you could add a sticker, or you could put your corgi butt on the front and the back. So you just have a little bit of room there to play with it. Now here's the other thing that I did whenever I was designing these bookmarks, is that they're 5.5 inches tall. So what that means is that you can actually put this on a card, or include a bookmark inside a card, or even if you just made the bookmarks, you can put them in a standard size A2 envelope. So these are called Mark My Words dies, and I think I'm going to be playing with them tonight as well because I have been absolutely desperate to play with them. So that's Mark My Words. Another one that I'm really excited about playing with is this one here, and this is called Tag Along Dies. And I wanted to do a tag, especially because last year we were part of Tracy McNeely's Tags of Christmas feature, and I was like, there's so many amazing tags and tag dies, and we don't have any. We need a tag die. And every time I sketched a design and shared it with the team, they would go, oh, that's very similar to such and such. Oh. I try not to look at other companies because you get influenced too much without even knowing it. So I was like, they've all done all the designs already. And then I decided what I would do is I would have a landscape die, which, bear with me, is a little bit strange and unusual, but I've had such a positive response about it, because the other thing about the size of this shape is it fits perfectly in the middle of an A2 card. So you can just use it as an element on your card, which I think would be really fun. So you get 2 dies which are the same size. One which is which will give you like your base panel, for want of a better word. It cuts out a tag with the stitching along the edge to here. And then this one here is a frame, so you can layer one on top of the other and create even a shaker tag. Isn't that fun? I have a die here to reinforce the hole. And then we have got a selection of these banner dies. People have been asking for banner dies as well. So we've included 2 curved ones, just a gentle curve, and then 2 straight ones. And also included are 2 dies which cut a selection of confetti pieces. So you can cut them out and add them to create your own shaker tag. Isn't that fun? Yay! So that's called Tag Along. Let's put that up here. And let's go through the stencils and then we can get creating. So stencils. Here, I'm hoping you can see okay. If I put them down, maybe it'll work. This one here is a play on the toadstool or ladybug feel. This is called Dotty Lottie. And I really want to play with that too. There's so much I want to play with. This video is going to be 10 hours. I like the fact that they are they're quirky. They're not a standard symmetrical circle. They are a bit more haphazard, but and then there's a range of sizes as well. But I think that actually gives a more playful feel to it. Next one here is once again a bit hard to see, but hopefully you can make it out. This is called Ring-a-Rosies, and we have these floral images. We've got circles and florals and like leaves and things. So a bit more botanic feel to this one in concentric circles. And the fun thing about this is that you can actually mask off areas and just create the circle that you want to create, or you can use it all together. It looks amazing tone on tone, but I think this is going to be really fun to use too. All right. Moving on to, what should we do next? Let's do the ones that go with our robots. So this stencil here, oh, can't see it there. Move you over there. There we go. This one is called Love Circuit, and I'm trying to make it feel like a circuit board or a motherboard, that kind of thing. So we have these lines with the dots on them, like the contacts that you get, the gold contacts, but they all come together to create this masked heart in the middle. Marjoline says, the big holes is cool with a mouse stamp, looks like big cheese. Yes, perfect. I hadn't thought of that. I love it whenever you guys come up with amazing ideas like that. So this one has got a like masked heart in the middle, and it's really fun. If you didn't want the heart, you could just like mask around or put a circle or something in the middle if you didn't want the lines down there. And then we've also got this one here, which is called Cogs and Code. Now, this is a 2-in-1 stencil, so I wanted to create some cogs, so we had some background building stencils for our robots and our little bleep bloops. But with the cogs, you don't really need a whole stencil of cogs, because you could just use the top half and flip it over and use it again. That works really well. But I didn't want to waste the space either, so I was thinking like let's run with the techie kind of feel and add something else to it. So here we have got, I'm not sure if you can see very clearly, but this is actually some binary code. And any of you that are technically minded might recognize what it says. So the binary code goes down like this, and it actually spells out, I love you. Oh, how cute is that? So it spells it out like this, and then down here. So that's I love you. And I think that's going to be really sweet. And if you have any techie friends or people who programmers or like, well, Craig works in the computer games industry, so that's great for these. Brianna says, did you see the Gina K Thermal Web new gold metallic embossing paste? I did not. Ooh, however, I have used this with the Nouveau embossing mousse, and it was divine. You guys are gonna love that. Okay. Next up, we have got some stencils that are amazing with our superheroes and with our rescue dogs as well. So this one here is called Raise the Roof, and we have these bold lines coming out, a bit like sun rays. But it was really important to me that they were all different widths, because there's loads out there that have the same widths, but I really wanted different widths to get that sort of kapow kind of feel to the background. In a similar vein, but different, we have this one here called Zap Attack. And once again, it's like almost like a sunburst or starburst coming out. But if you look really close, you can see that they're varying widths once again. But also, if I zoom up here, oh, it just gets really... Can you see? To turn down the light. There's these jagged lines here, so it actually is more like a it's more like lightning bolts kind of thing on the bursts. So I think that's gonna also be really popular. Here we've got Circles of Life. Now, very similar in a way to the Ring of Roses in the fact that we have this concentric circle effect, and you can mask off as much as you need to create this fun way to draw attention to a focal element. But the thing that I like best about this stencil is actually layering it on top of other stencils to create a half-tone effect, or pop art. Not pop art, is that what it's called? Pop art? I think it's called pop art. Is it called pop art? So this is what I made here. I'm hoping that you can see. I need to turn my lightness down when I go up close. So here I have used the Zap Attack stencil with some Aquatini Catherine Puller ink. And then before I removed the Zap Attack, I lay down the Circles of Life stencil and added some more with the some more ink on top to create that polka dot effect. It almost kind of looks like it's a pattern paper or something. I think it's so pretty. Yay! Right, last but not least is a stencil that you guys spoke about at the start. So this stencil is called Cityscape, and right now I know it doesn't look like much, but I promise you it's so much fun. So let me explain what we do with it. I've got one here that's already out of its packaging. It's really dirty because I haven't cleaned it yet since my playing earlier. And when you get it, there are little connecting lines, like connecting the building to the stencil here. And that, pardon me, that actually helps keep it stable in the manufacturing process, because otherwise it could get really easily damaged. But what you need to do when you get it, well, you don't need to, but it's going to make it easier for you if you do, is you just take a pair of scissors and you put it into the gap, and then you snip away the little piece of plastic that bridges the here to here. Now, I would also recommend that you do not snip these areas here. Does that make sense? Because then you have got one stencil instead of two pieces. And if I just very quickly tidy up, then we can actually play. Yay! Been talking for about an hour and not even played yet. Let's move this in here so that you can see what I'm talking about, and I'll clean it. Tally says, coordinates well with the stitch circles. Oh, do you mean the circles of life? Yes, it does. So another thing I want to do actually is use this with just the line. Somebody did that on a card at Creativation. They just used it so there was like a black line and it looked amazing. So I'm definitely going to do one of them as well. Anyway, so when you get your stencil, if I put it here, you'll be able to see much better. Snip away the little bridges. There's one down here. There's one here, like here, 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 I think, here. Snip them away so that you have it connected on the left and on the right. And then what you're able to do is take a piece of card. This is what I would call a card blank. It is, it's 5.5 by 8.5, so it folds to 4 1/4. There you go. And what you can do is you can slide this in front of the building like this and ink the buildings, or you can slide it behind the buildings like this and ink the background, or you can do both. So you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that right now. Let's get to it. Oh no, I just made myself bleed. Okay. So here's another little tip for you guys. Line it up with the bottom of the stencil. You're going to find that easier to work with when it comes to the next step, which is flipping the stencil over. So let me just explain that first of all. So you can ink, here, I've got one over here. You can do this and ink the background. Can you see here how I've placed my card in there and inked the background? Like this. And then I put my card like this to add the black for the buildings. And I lined it up with the base here of my stencil. And then I take this side and I'm back to front maybe. No, I'm not. Then if you line it up with the base again, you'll be able to add windows to your project. Now over here, I've used a gel pen, but I've also done it before with embossing powder and it looks really, really good. So I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna play with it. So Stellar Crafts by Pam says, inking the background, create a starry night. Let's do it, Pam. Yay, let's do it. All right, let's get some ink on the go, and I'm looking for this. We're gonna have some fun. So that is going to be my fold. And I don't want any ink on my fold, so I'm going to cover it up with some Heffy memo tape. And I want to create a background, as in a starry night. So I need my buildings, my stencil, my buildings on the front, and I'll line that up there like that. And I'll put this down here. Now, the Heffy memo tape is fantastic. You know I use it all the time, but some of the design team use it for stencils all the time, but I actually prefer to use a little washi tape for stencils because I think I'm a little bit heavy-handed with my ink. My ink pads are probably running out and getting a bit dry. So I actually like to use a little washi tape for that. Amanda says, so excited for this stencil. The one I have makes it really hard to get yellow windows in. Oh, there you go. Right, so we're gonna get inky. I'm going to pick out some colors. And you know what? This is where I realize that most of my colors are still in my bag from renovation, probably. I kind of want, not wilted violet, what do you call the purple shaded lilac? Is that the one I'm thinking of? I think shaded lilac at the bottom. Now, the one thing you need to bear in mind, however, is that this is a flap. So, if you are very heavy-handed, it'll pop up easily. So just be careful. Work with the stencil to get the best results. All right, so that is wilted, no it's not, shaded lilac like this. Yeah. And then next up, let's go for, should we go for cracked pistachio or should we go for tumble glass? Tumble glass is the winner because it's got a foam pad. And cracked pistachio's foam has gone walkabouts. I will be darkening this up so we can create a starry sky. But for now, I want some color back here. Now I'm being really gentle as I go over this guy. I could come and hold him down here so that he's a bit more sturdy. That would be the sensible thing to do. What we don't want to do is bend it or be too forceful because then it will lose it'll not lay flat as much. But that's only going to happen if you are too heavy-handed. It's not going to just happen on its own. It's another reason why I like to keep the end bits connected so that it has some sturdiness to it. I'm going to turn this over now so I can just place my hand over these bits and that will give me a bit more purchase. And I'm going to go for a darker color up at the top here. Let's see what we've got. Maybe Salty Ocean. So tell me, for those of you who've placed pre-orders already, what have you got? What are you excited about? For those of you who, even if you haven't placed an pre-order yet, I want to know what you're excited about. What do you like? What do you think is fun? You can't wait to play with? Anything new that you think is super cool? This is like the best bit because I've obviously had to keep it under wraps for so long. And now I can finally play with it and talk about it. Now to get a more gradiated effect, I am coming in with my tumble glass and going over those borders between the two colours, just to try and blend that out a little bit more. Stellarcraft says, the robots, of course. There aren't many cards stamps like that. Yay! That makes me happy. All right, this is looking amazing. I am loving it. We want to create more of a nighttime sky. So let's get some faded jeans, not faded jeans. Let's get some chip sapphire and a bit more black soot. Oh, my black soot has gone walkies. We'll try and darken this up a little bit. Dear, I don't see my black suit at all in there. So the fun trick with creating a nighttime scene or a starry night is to, well, in my opinion, is to bring in color underneath and then darken everything up. I think then you get a lot more interest in your card, of the colors. There we go, that's our chipped sapphire. Good idea for the glow-in-the-dark windows. Yay! Kenrick wants the robots. I really, oh, what moved up? I really need the stencil with the holes. Oh, the Dotty Lottie one? It is fun. Where would... If I was a black foam pad, foam applicator thing. Oh, I just pulled out my bag. Oh, I thought it was a bleep bloop. It's a crafty for sticky friends. I thought it was a bleep bloop. I'm just gonna have to use a new one. Pretty certain my black one was almost dead anyway. All right, now I want to blend out some of that blue at the top. So some of that. There we go. I am loving this. And you know what we need to do is we need to use the starfall stencil on this to get my stars. In fact, we can use it with the gold embossing mousse because I like the fact that it dries so quickly as well. So I'm actually going to put this to the side and stamp my rescue dogs, I think, because there was a lot of love for them. We'll stamp the dogs. And maybe one of his friends. Although I did notice that my superheroes have gone missing. So what happens when you go to Creativation, you come back with a lot of stash, but you also lose some of yours. I'm sure. Iris says, I placed an order with a bunch of stencils, including this one. I'm really excited about it. Thinking about heat embossing the windows first with glow-in-the-dark embossing powder and then inking. Good idea. Yeah. And that's another good way. If you line it up with the base of the stencil, then it's going to be easier to line up again and again and again. All right. So we need a flying friend. I like these ones. It's like they're whooshing together. So I think I'm going to do this one and this one. Let's stamp these cuties. Elena says, did you use the sentiment that Piper came up with in this release? Which one was it? I can't remember. Probably. Oh, no. She came up with an amazing one. It's not been made yet, so I can't share that yet. Sorry. It's written on my blackboard at home, actually. Anyone that comes in will see it and be like, what? It's brilliant. Watch this space. Let's do a couple of whooshy things while we're at it. Marjane says, I really want the Gnomes. Making some F-Ling cars by Heffy Doodle. Yes, maybe that's what was in my head. You never know where inspiration comes from these days. All right, let's grab some inky poodles. No, this is the first ink of a brand new stamp set. Not too bad, but I think we'll go for 2 layers. Because I'm too lazy to prime my stamp first of all. Amanda says, I'm going to order the whole thing. I asked for Simon Says Stamp gift cards for Christmas and I've been saving for this release. Oh my gosh, that actually makes me want to cry. That's amazing that people are saving all their money and their Christmas wish list is to buy Heffy Doodle things. Like, that kind of knocks me for 6 because I just feel, I work hard, I know that I do, but then it's weird to think that, I don't know. No, that's so Molly says chibi lights for windows. Absolutely. That sounds awesome. That would be fun. Right, let's color these guys in. In fact, I'm gonna try my. Oh! I have a new thing to try. Why not try it now, you say? In my stash. These guys are called Tri-Blend by Spectrum Noir. And I was very lucky to bring these back home from my Creativation travels. And I have not played with them yet. I've been waiting for you guys. I'm nice like that. So these guys, oh my gosh, there's another layer. These are awesome. Let me see what that says. I shouldn't be showing you more things to spend your money on. I might not have enough. Okay, here we go. We're good. We're good. These are called Tri-Blends. Oops. They're hexagonal in size, as you can see, but they're much longer than a normal pen. And that is because they have got 3 colors, 3 tones, I should probably say, in one pen. So I'm hoping you can see here that it says light, mid, and dark. So let's test this out. We can stamp again if I feel like it's not working out for me. But the idea here being that you have got 3 colors that blend perfectly, all in one location. I think that's pretty cool if you ask me. Now, the only problem is I'm going to need to open all of these. These, as you can see, this is the first that I am playing with it. Light, okay. The nib is nice and solid. There's a little bit of give in it, but not a lot, which is good. Oh, I forgot his ear. I always forget ears. I can see that this red, pinky red, wants to run, but that is normal for red. 100% normal for red. Like this. These are made by Spectrum Noir. Now I've heard some people say that Spectrum Noir, the nibs, they weren't keen on the nibs, but I have never had any issues with them. So I couldn't say exactly what the dealio is there. If people have had problems or what in the past, I'm not sure. I have not had any issues. but I also haven't had a lot of Spectrum Noir, so probably not the best person to ask. I do like the fact that they have all three together in one nib, in one pen. I do like that a lot. What do you think? Certainly thought they were worth testing out anyway. Let's go for a blue. A lot of the blues are very... Let's go for a citrus blend instead. Actually, where's that other one? Colour that ear before I forget. Stellar Crafts by Pam says, yeah, my Copics red always bleed, especially if I don't heat buff my image. Yeah, reds and pinks are punks. They should be called punks, not pinks. So far, so good. The connection seems good. Like, you do need a little bit of force to bring it apart, but I quite like that about it, if you know what I mean. Is there any greys? There's a brown grey. Okay, I'm going to see if I can add a little bit of shading into the brown grey. Oops, wrong way around. Nice. And I think we'll go for a yellow mask on his head. I do think if I'm comparing, the barrel is thicker than what I'm used to. So I think in a way that might have an effect on the way that I blend in regards to control, you know what I mean? It's not a bad thing, it's just like what you're used to. I do like the fact that they don't run away. Like my Copics will literally set it down, it'll run away. Donna says, can they be refilled? Ooh, fabulous question. Don't know the answer, let me see. I'm not sure if Spectrum Noirs in general can be. Comment réaliser un mélange uniforme? How to achieve a smooth blend. Apply the light color over the whole area. Use the dark color to indicate areas of shadow. Use the mid color to slightly overcolor the dark color and blend it. Reapply the light color, this time slightly overcoloring the mid color for a smooth gradation. All right. So it doesn't tell me whether it can be refilled, unfortunately. I would imagine probably not. But I'm 100% guessing. Oh, you used to be able to refill them, says Tally, so therefore, perhaps you can. That's a Spectrum Noir question. Gone the wrong end. I think he's cute. And there's no real dark browns at the moment. there's a great selection. You get a lot in the packet. I suppose this one. This one might be darker. Probably depends what end you look at. I emailed them a little while ago and they're rebranding the refills apparently, says Sarah Louise. Thanks, Sarah. Sarah Lulu. So they say to apply the light color everywhere. Okay. Then do the dark. And then the mid. And then the light again. I think we probably need a bit more tones in this hair. I'm gonna add some W7. Nice. Woo. Were you reading the English or practicing your French translation? No, there was a French bit. I was cheating. Stella Craft says, I don't think Spectrums have refills and Copics do, which makes them cost cheaper. I don't know. Kenrick says, how is there just one pink? Then she shows that there are 3 colors in one marker. Yeah, isn't it like the coolest thing? Oh, here, put this one on the wrong way. 3 markers. Huh? 3 colors, even 3 tones, probably is what you want to call it. All right, so we've got a little guy flying through the sky. Let's got our pooch on the go as well. I should have done that. Let's do gold brown. Have I done already? I must have done. Was that? Oh, that was for his hair. That's fine. We'll use that for a little poochy poo. Maybe this was what I used for his skin. So if you had this stamp set, what way would you colour the dog? Because I always think it's fun that I think people like to colour their dog, colour the dog images like a dog they know. I think I would struggle the most with that middle one because it makes the marker really short, and I've always been one of these people that needs the lid on the end of the, like, you know, you take it off a pen and you put the lid on the end. I need the lid, and if you lose the lid, you're like, this pen is no use anymore because I need the lid. It feels balanced or something. I know that probably sounds a bit not so. All right, I like him. I want to darken up his ears though. Is there darker? Earth brown blend. I like the way that they've got the color here as well. See, this is too short for me, but it is just a pen. And it's not like I'll need to use it all the time. I mean, it is just a marker. I love the fact that I don't have to like keep reaching. Tally says, I have a whole bunch of Spectrum markers that I don't use because half are dry and the refills are all sold out. I could donate them to Lesley Doodle. Yes, I'd love that because we always need things like that for the craft shows. In fact, funny story, we're going up to Manchester tomorrow for something that I cannot yet disclose. Watch this space. But there happens to be a craft show on in Manchester tomorrow, and they wanted me to have a booth there, and at the time I was like, it's just going to be too close to release, just after Creativation. I don't have the whole, I just don't have the brain power to figure that out. I probably won't have the energy. And so I forgot about it. And then Laura Gallimore, whom Tally and I spent some time with at the Birmingham show, she said to me that she was going to a show in Manchester at the weekend, and I said, I'm going to be up in Manchester at the weekend, and she was like, oh, cool. So I think we're planning to go and just visit the show, not have a booth, but see who we see. So if anyone is at the Manchester craft show tomorrow, please let us know, because we're hoping to swing by. Hey, Aunt Max! Woo! Oh, I've missed things. Dark brown for that dog reminds me of a lab or a Dachshund. I told you that we almost came home with a Dachshund, didn't I, last year? But Piper's allergies foiled us at the last minute. Hi. Somebody said, oh, hello, what's happening here? Did I pull too hard? There we go. Any cheese, any poochies, I have to draw blonde since mine is blonde. Yay. So there's a great colour in the Nouveau pens called Garlic Clove, and I love it for blonde hair or blonde doggies. Yeah, like the golden kind of colour. I'm really enjoying these markers so far. I am very pleased. I do have to double check which end is which though, but that's just, you know, best practice and all that. Yay! Let's give this pooch a little pink tongue. I keep looking at one side, but of course the other side is much darker, so I think this is the kind of product where you would really appreciate a chart, like a swatch chart. Yay! I'm loving them. I'm going to give him a little bit of rosiness. Not sure if it'll show up there. Might have to go a bit darker. I think it'll come out in just a minute. And then I'm just going to do some, no, not you, not you. Let's do you. This one is a runner, the dark DR4, which I think is probably dark red 4. Or maybe it's not dark red, but certainly DR4. We've got a runner. Can you make some Yorkie stamps? I find it's so difficult to find Yorkie stamps. Ooh, good to know. Yes, if you have any stamp ideas, you just need to let me know, because at some point I'm going to go, what to draw? And then I can never think of anything to draw. So I like to have a little list of things that customers have requested. And feel free to be like, Yorkie dogs and that's it. Or feel free to be like, wouldn't it be cool to have a superhero set with some fun pets, with a sentiment that says this and a thing that does that. You know, there's lots of, you can be as specific or as vague as you wish. All right. So while, oh, I didn't do the star. Such sausage sometimes. Right, I want to use the Starfall stencil on this with my gold embossing mousse, gold embossing, gold mousse. So let me grab, oh, where would it be is the question. Did I take it with me? Little creativation. Let's have a look. Oh, here it is, right here. So this is the Starfall stencil that was out, I want to say the last release. It might have even been 2 releases ago, I'm not sure. And I'm going to use my washi tape again to try and hold this down. So this is on top of my cityscape stencil, by the way. And I'm going to use my Nouveau embellishment mousse. Kenrick says, always that D. I'm not sure what that means. I've obviously said something 10 minutes ago and I've forgotten what I said. All right, so this stuff kind of reminds me of like cream eyeshadow or something. What I like, put it on my face. And I've probably got too much on there, to be honest. Let's see if we can add it to our background. And of course, our buildings are masked at the moment, so there will be no stars on our buildings. All right. The D sneaks in with my American accent, Kenrick. Oh, the lid balance thing. Oh, the Kendrick. Oh, I get it. Kenrick, not Kendrick. At the start, I had struggled with that too, because I'd never heard the name Kenrick before. I'd only ever heard of a Kendrick. Why can I not find? Here it is. I'll do. So I'm just using a bit of, what's it called? Kitchen roll, I would call it. Paper towel, some other people call it. You can use a cloth. I think a cloth works really well. However, the only cloth I have is on the floor because there was snow everywhere. Let me see. I'll have to do. Sandra says, I love the roll. I love the sign when you unroll the washi. Oh, it's like an ASMR thing. Oh my gosh, you guys. Do you love it? Do you love it? Because I think I love it. Put that to the side for now. Put this down here while I clean. Sounds like you are unwrapping sweeties all the time, but it's just the tape of the markers. Yeah, like I wish I was unwrapping sweeties. I'd like a sweetie. Best thing about Creativation, that's a lie, not the best thing, but one of the great things about Creativation, loads of people were so kind and gifted me junior mints. So we discovered that Craig and I both really enjoy junior mints. You can't get them over here really. Or you go to like an American sweet shop, candy store kind of thing, and you pay ridiculous prices for it, which I don't want to do. So instead I fly to America and get other people to give me them. Ooh, I think I had too much of my doodad down here. We got some of the mousse underneath my stencil, but that's okay. We can hopefully hide it or clean it up a little bit. So we do have some mousse here in front of our buildings on the stencil. So let's try and release my stencil from the card, like so. All right, and then we can clean this up. Iris says, just poured myself a glass of water and then proceeded to knock it over. Oh no. Piper did that the other day. She has a habit of like, she'll knock something over and then immediately she'll go, everything's okay. So that we don't like panic or something. She knocked over a whole glass of water all of this over and she went, everything's okay. And then I was like, was that a glass of water? She's like, yeah, but everything's okay. And I'm like, well, can you clean it up? You're a lot more okay when you clean it up. Oh, this one's smooshed a little bit. I still think it looks pretty. Too much mousse the first time. All right. So I think that actually looks really cool with the white. But the idea of this is that you can now do this. Is that you push it in this way. Now, I will say there'll be a little bit of an overlap because the where the stencil was, or where the stencil was cut, but that is normal. And there we go. You're welcome. And we'll stick this guy down again. Well, this time I actually like to stick it across like here, really close to the buildings to try to keep these bits down. There's some quite fragile bits here, so you gotta be careful, guys, when you're coming in with the black on this side. do you have issues with your mousse drying up? I have not, well, I've only had it since the summer and this has not dried up. But I'm fairly certain it's water soluble. So you just, yeah, it's water based. Add water to soften the consistency of the mousse. There you go. Marjolaine says, you should start an ASMR channel. Great. Like I have time to do that. You want stamps, people? If you want stamps, then there's no ASMR channel for you. No Lesley ASMR, I'm afraid. All right. So I'm trying to be actually really quite heavy-handed with this. Ooh. I probably should have used my oxide because I think it's juicier. It felt like there was a light flickering there. Let's finish this off. One of the team did a card with grey at the bottom and it looked really cool as well. So far I've only done black buildings, so I like that pop of the silhouette. Kenrick says, Lesley, you can do anything, so this will work out great no matter what. You're kind of like my mum. But Kenrick, you can do anything too. You just have to not care whenever it messes up, because everything messes up at some point. But very often, what we learn at those moments and how to resolve the situation is what was meant to happen anyway. So you learn, you move on, and yeah, I think that we shouldn't get too bogged down with mistakes. After all, I mean, I've heard people say it before, it's handmade, not Hallmark, so things are going to sometimes stamp wonky. Things are not going to be straight. Things are going to have a bit of a smoosh on it, but that's fine. If I was doing it for a magazine or something, then maybe I'd redo it, but I'm just having fun. All right, get this messy black ink away from here. I think that's when you need to be careful, is when you're cleaning it. That will just make your buildings a little taller and wider. Using a dark color may cover up the star overfill. That's true. You could just move this up a bit and ink it up taller. Absolutely true. I don't think you're going to notice it. I think that we've got these guys to put on, and we'll have a sentiment or something to put on as well. So I really don't think anyone's going to care, quite frankly. Least of all me, darling. This is the bit I love. It's so pretty. I am in love with it. Let's get these guys cut out. So are any of you guys going to the Manchester show? Please let me know. I'd love to hook up. Snip these out. so weird. I had some and it dried as a rock after a year, and I mixed water with it and it never loosened up. Ooh, weird. Well, mine are less than a year old. So I'll be interested to know what happens whenever it ages a little. Interesting. Although you never know how long things are sitting. I mean, if you order it from a shop, very often things are sitting in a shop for goodness knows how long, like a storeroom and stuff. Crafters are improvisers. They are. You are right. This guy's got the washi tape on him from our make and take session at Creativation. Always not, want not. Oh, my stomach is growling. It's 11 o'clock already. Gosh, I'm obviously out of practice of this crafting thing. Although I am glad that I'm getting a chance to show you how to use the stencil. Oh, I love it, darling. Where's my poochie? If I was a super dog, where would I hide? Maybe along there. Here I am. Strategic placement. Yes, I'm sure strategic placement will play a role today. No one needs to know. Ooh, hoopla. There we go. I love the fact that there's also a little dog bowl in this set. It's so fun. Come on, Poochie. Let's go. What do you think this dog would be called? This one? He's so cute. Vanessa's off to bed. Good night, my dear friend. Kenrick says, little Poochie Poo's going to look so cute on the card. He is. I'm really pleased with him. I think he looks awesome. Good night, Vanessa. Sparkles. That's a cute name for this Poochie Poo. Kenrick says 11, 12 o'clock, so it's a bit later here. Yes, you're an hour ahead, aren't you? Come on. Let's put these guys back. before I lose another stamp set with my superheroes. I think I know what happened because I had my superheroes in this sleeve, but then we did some make and takes at an event at Creativation on the Sunday night, and the make and take was using the Super Dudes stamp set, and we had a couple of sets so that people could make a couple of them. So the other thing you could do here, I'm like, is this gonna ruin it? Is use the, where is it? The Zap Attack, not the Zap Attack. Well, we could use the Zap Attack. Or the Raise the Roof. To do like whoosh marks behind them because they're flying. To create a little bit of movement. You know what I mean? So if he's gonna go there, maybe like these two whooshes, whooshes. It's a real term, I'll have you know. I think I need like white though. Is it gonna look weird with white? Is it going to dull my gold stars? There's only one way to find out. All right, so we don't want that one. And we probably don't want that one. We can maybe create a new area there. And let's cover that up to like here. No, not this one. So just these two for my dude. My dude. In fact, I know what I'll do. I'll use my sparkle pen. That's what I'll do. Just to draw in those lines. Like whoosh lines. And if it skips a bit, doesn't really matter. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to really see it. Can you see it? I think you can almost see it. Let me get my strategic placement back in place. The big splodge is right there. I think we need to do something like this. So we'll add some more lines behind this guy. My super dude. Yay, I might actually add some white ones as well. I have a pen, I have sparkle, a sparkle sparkle pen. Like pen, pineapple, pineapple. Wait, pen, pineapple, apple, pen. He does look like a Henry. There we go. Do it with glitter. Glad to see we're on the same page here. Anyway, I've not done my lights is the most important thing here. Are we going to do gold for our lights? Do you think we should do like gold? Or should we go white? What do you think, you guys? Donna's got to go as well. Night. Henry, the hairy hero. Nice. Let's see. I do have white embossing paste, so we could go for that. Now this kind of pops a little bit in the middle. I wonder if I stick it down here, would that help? It's like there, it's kind of popping up. Probably just have to hold it down like this. I could put a misty on over here. Help hold it down. I've got white embossing paste. Let's maybe do that. True Snow, it's called. I'm not sure if I want it to look like snow though. I could ink it with Versamark and then just add some white embossing powder. I've done that before. However, if the ink underneath is not completely dry, then it kind of sticks everywhere. I'm looking for, I have some Aladdin, I think it's called texture paste. I'm just hunting through all my drawers and things. Let's see where it might be. I get the feeling it might be hiding. Last drawer, and if it's not in here, then we forget about it. Aha! It's right in the one that, of course, it is. This is Aladdin texture paste. Oh, this one seems to be pearlescent. We could use that. We can work with that. I'll put it up this way so you can read what it is. It is. It says E-Zinc Aladdin texture paste. Aladdin is a French company. And it's very much like embossing paste. Well, it is and it isn't. It works like embossing paste, but it kind of smells like polyfiller or something like that. So it smells more industrial, for want of a better word. And it's not as foamy. And once again, I don't even know if that's the right way to describe it. It's more dense. It's probably a good way to talk about it. You can get good texture with it. Is the embossing paste like texture paste? Oh, so the embossing paste kind of has it's less dense. embossing paste is less dense. So it is kind of lighter and almost foamier. This texture paste, this, beg your pardon, textile, is it? No, it is called texture paste, is great for fabric as well. Got one smudgy rigar. Oh, two, because I've just put my finger in this one. But you've got a little bit of wiggle room. And I think, conveniently, that's on my smudge zone, so it's gonna get covered anyway. The one thing about the textile paste, look at how crisp that is. It's kind of hard to see. You like it? Look at how crisp it is apart from the ones I smudged. I think it's so pretty. With the texture paste, I do normally bring my stencil in straight away and scrub it with a nail brush because it has a bit more of a industrial smell to it. I always, oh, pardon me, I always think that it's going to stick more and ruin things more. Probably doesn't. Probably just my brain associating things. This is why I should never use wet things. It's fine. That person just has a broken light bulb in their house. Embossing paste probably has another element that makes it called embossing. All right, let's see. So I don't really want to touch this for now because I will smudge it, but I'm thinking these are going to go here. I'm not sure if these are going to make it or not, but I would like to. Texture paste kind of reminds me of what you use to cover. Yes, I think we call, what do we call that? That's polyfiller. I think I mentioned it earlier. Polyfiller. I would really like to add some of the die cut alphabets. That's what I'd like to use. Ah. But what to write is the question. The sentiments in this set are pretty awesome. You've got my hero, you are super, have a super birthday, or have a birthday. Have a birthday, friend. The world needs more people like you. Hope your day is as super as you are. You'll always be a hero in my eyes, and card making is my superpower, which was our theme for Creativation, which was fun. All right, so we can, of course, use any of the other ones as well. In Rescue Dogs, we've got Thanks for Coming to My Rescue. Actually, I'm going to use that one. And then I'm going to write thanks. The decision has been made. Let's get some thanks on the go. And this is when I'm thankful that I keep all my little scraps, because I'm going to be able to do all of these in one pass. T-H-A. T. I don't know why I did it that way. H A N K S. I'm going to run this through, and the reason that I've covered it all is if it passes through nicely, then I will actually be able to use the negative to put on a card as well. When I mean if it ran through nicely, I mean as long as my dies didn't move when they were on vacation through my machine. T. H. A. I'm going to steal, you can't really see here, I'm going to steal a little bit of memo tape here to put behind here like this, and then stick my inside piece to that memo tape. So if I want to use this background, I've got that little bit in there. Nice and safe. N. K. S. So obviously I need to trim down this thanks piece of paper because it's not straight on the paper, but all the letters are even, so I'll just cut it. I just cut it along like this. Be fun. Vanessa's like, I really am off to bed. Take your phone to bed, darling. Just watch me while you're in bed. I am pretty sure that would mean that you would be having strange dreams about an Irish girl, like playing with scissors. All right, how long are you going to take to dry? Okay, it's starting to harden, stiffen up a little bit. All good. Oh, I almost lost my A. Where do you think you're going? Okay. And I need a for coming to my rescue. And I'm just going to ink this up with some memento. Amanda says, these alpha dies are the perfect size. Yay! So I have some alpha, just normal alpha dies that I have from another company. And I really enjoy using them. But they are not the right size for me, in my opinion. So when I was creating the dies, I was like, right, this is my opportunity. And I really did think, what's the best size? And because if you go too small, you can't do fun things like the stitching. And then if you go too big, I'll just smudge that. If you have longer names or words, then you can't fit it all in. Got a strange little piece of fluff from my ink pad, probably from my baby wipe, to be honest. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. positively perfect. I think dogs are my favorite. Okay, I think these are enough dried that I can at least do some placementing on here. So I think I might put him flat and then him raised up to get a little dimension. And then we're gonna have fangs up top. I don't think I want these at the moment. But I do want for coming to my rescue. So I'm going to, I think it's going to be too big for the banner die. Maybe if I had just done coming to my rescue, for coming to my rescue, it would have worked. But let's just go bigger with a strip of bees. I guess I'm just going to have to do multiple live streams over the weekend or over the next week so that I can play with everything that I want to play with, because I wanted to do a bookmark, I wanted to do this, I wanted to do a tag. You forgot to put the A, but oh, somebody's, yeah, thank you very much. Video is just caught up. Okay, let's see what we've got here. I don't know whether to raise this up on some black or a color or something. Might be able to hide some of the smoosh. There's a little smooshy there. It's not even that big of a deal, to be honest. So either we just have the thanks for coming to my rescue at the top, or we could put it at the bottom. We can mount it on something. But I really like the bottom and the fact that it's really bold. So at the moment I'm unsure. I'm indecisive. Let's bring it down and have a good look. See what we want to do. I might actually have a little trick for my letters, is that I put a piece of card down like this, on my Heffy memo tape. And then I lay down my letters like this, with it overlapping the edge, and the edges are meeting or butting up against the edge of my paper. It's a trick I've been doing for years since applying alphabet stickers on scrapbooks. So now that oh well, it helps if they actually stay. If it doesn't want to stay, encourage it. So then what you can do is add some glue to the back and then stick it down. So it's easier if the whole thing is already sticky, like an alphabet letter, so you don't have to add glue anywhere else. And then you can stick it down like that. So, oh, you know what we could use is my not go press and foil, what's it called? That Maria gave me. Press and seal. Press and seal. Don't know whether this is an ASMR friendly. Huh? All right. Let's see. I don't know if I'm doing this right. Hopefully so. All right, I like it, I like it. Hey, Kelly, I missed you at Creativation this year. Let's add some of these. Little dobs of glue on here. Nice, okay. This would probably be a lot easier if I cut it off the roll. In fact, I'm going to do that because it's a little cumbersome. Come on. The glue is going to be dry before I cut it. This glue is actually a two-way glue, which means that if you let it dry, it becomes a temporary adhesive, which I don't want it to be. So I'll just go over the top with some more of my glue. All right. Oh, I love it. I love it a lot. Nice. Kelly says, do you speak Gaelic? I do not speak Gaelic, I'm afraid. No. I grew up in the north of Ireland, and Gaelic is not really taught up there. In some schools, like some probably like convent and Catholic schools, they would maybe be taught Gaelic, but that's not where I went to. Let's get some pop dots of some description. I know I had some last week. What did I do with them is the question. I really need to sort out all the things. Find some glue dots I'll have to do for my man. That's flat against the thing. And then I do have some some of these. They'll do the trick. I do love my little doggy. I think he's really cute. And I'm really pleased with the way he turned out with the tri-blend markers. But do you speak garlic? Do I speak garlic? Probably. I studied French. Does that qualify me for speaking garlic? Allie's here. Hey, Allie boo. Allie has just woken up ready to start her Saturday. Yay! What time is it with you, Allie? Like 9? Can you do decoupage with your stamps? Probably. Like you could do all of them for the bottom layer, head and cape for the second layer, and then head for the top layer, and then and then hair for the next layer. Yeah, that's a great idea. We should do that one night. Do some decoupage. It's been many, many moons since this girl has decoupaged. Here it's Saturday, but just for 32 minutes, says Kenrick. Well, here it's Friday, but only for another 29 minutes. Let's pull all the release paper off this. I don't think we're going to get another card done at all, guys. We're going to have to do this and call it a night because I was up late last night freaking out about all the things. And Craig's like, don't worry. And I'm like, I know, but I just want everything to be perfect. I like it. So we either put this here like this, or we put it, I think it goes right here, popped up. Boom, decision made. See how that happened? So quick. Stellarcraft says, yes, top. I want it to be just right though. I want it to go. Yeah. And here. And hope that I've done it straight. Oh. Straight enough is the answer. My nails are ruined. That's what happens whenever you pack so many stamps and build a booth. You've heard of Build-A-Bear, but have you heard of Build-A-Booth? Decoupage would look good for this card. I think so. Yeah. Isn't it funny that we're all over the place? I mean, it's not. It's not like it's funny as in, obviously, we're all over the place. We've got different time zones. But it's just so weird because we're right here. When I was at Creativation and I met Laurel Baird, and me and her, I managed to get ink on that. Me and her just absolutely hit it off. And then she sent me a message that was like, I miss you. So I just like literally dialed her on video chat and messaging. I was like, I'm right here. Like literally, you can talk to me face to face, not in the same venue as it were, but the power of the technology is pretty cool. Gonna get my head in so that it's somewhat straight. I have to do. It's cool that we come together from all over. It is. It really is. No, I think my favorite thing is the wishes, but they're really hard to see. I'm gonna, I could come in with a, whatchamacallit, glitter brush pen, but sometimes it's like, that was a good idea until I messed it up. I think it's awesome. It's really mushy here though. Would you really notice it? I don't know if you would. I should have covered this one. Oh, I think it still looks cool. Yay! Are you snowed in? Says Yells. We, where I am, we missed it. Oh, well, we've got snow. Definitely there's some snow there. It's more wet and mushy, which means that I have to wear my boots to the craft room and then take my boots off. So I'm actually walking around in my socks off at the moment. And no, I cannot lift my leg that high. Not at 20 to midnight anyway, in jeans. Okay. Well, guys, I think I'm going to wrap up because we are off on a big adventure tomorrow, and I have had a very long week getting everything ready, especially for our retailers, because we want to make sure that they can get the products for release day, and that's always a little bit of a manic session for us. Let me grab my photo board so you can see the final thing. So here it is. Thanks for coming to my rescue. And we used the Cityscape stencil. We used a Starfall stencil, which is in here somewhere. Starfall stencil. And we used the Super Dudes. And also the exclusive Rescue Dog stamp set that you can only get if you place a pre-order with us in the store. So between now and release day, any order that contains at least one item from the new release will receive the stamp set free. After the 11th, you'll have to place an order in order to get that. You'll have to place there'll be a minimum spend essentially in order to get the Rescue Dog stamps. However, they're all limited, so just bear that in mind. You should place a pair of nice warm slippers in your craft frame craft slippers. So I got 2 pairs of slippers for Christmas, especially for the craft frame. And for slippers, I need one with a hard sole so that when I walk from one place to the other, if it's just like a quick walk, and it's fine if it's a dry day. And they've been working really well, but unfortunately with the snow, even when I walk into the craft room, there's like wet everywhere, puddles, because it's so wet. It's like really wet snow. It's not dry snow, unfortunately. But anyway. Susanna says, I finally catch a live stream, sort of live, and then we lose power. Boo. I'm sorry. Aunt Max says, looking forward to having my very own rescue dogs. Yay! Go place your order now. Go, go, go. Yes, and if you are after a bleep bloop robot dog, put bleep bloop in the order notes. If you don't, I won't remember. And it is, I'll dish them out as and when they come through. First come, first serve. Yay! Well, I'm glad that you have enjoyed tonight's crafty session, and hopefully that will give you an idea of how to use the Cityscape stencil. Have a great day, you guys. Where's my mouse gone to? Have a great Saturday, Ali. Have a great weekend, everybody else. And I shall chat to you all another day. Yell says, do you ever emboss? Yeah, I emboss. I just sometimes just don't remember. I emboss. I heat emboss a lot. Dry embossing I don't do a lot of, but actually it's something that one of my design team members does, and I get very excited. And when I see hers, I'm like, why do I not do that? I need to do that more. Guys, thanks so much for joining me, and I shall see you next time. Bye, guys. Until then, happy crafting. Bye.